Alright, so there we have it. We got this side down, the step and the rock slider. Heavy duty looking thing. And there's Ben, who was not helping me a while ago. Yeah, you should feel ashamed. Okay guys, this week's video we're going to start by digging in the scrap pile. Why? Because see here on this, how this gap is really tight right here, there's supposed to be a little bumper that goes up underneath that, and the latch has that bumper behind it. It goes underneath the latch and then around the top, and it keeps this up a little bit like this, make that gap right, and hopefully those things are still in the scrap pile on the old fenders that we took off. Also, what's missing on this is this cowl cover clips that go right here. I hope those are still on the fender on both sides. And really, I think that's all we need off of those things. So let's go in the scrap pile and see what we can find. Well, who could pick out all the different projects we've had? Some of this stuff, and we've already hauled off one big scrap pile since we started the channel, so this is just recent stuff. This one of Paul's. Check it out. Still got the clips. And we still have the rubber piece we need underneath this, I hope, underneath this latch. So let's take that. Clips. And latch rubber, yes. We need. We'll also need this little clip right here. It's on there, and it's going to be handy to have these measurements where the decals go. We can measure up from here and see exactly where they went on both sides. So remember guys, always keep your scrap till you're done. So you can see these fancy latches that Paul bought. This is a little piece I needed off the old one. That's going to be the bump stop, and then these will go up into the top piece and clip in like that. Heavy duty looking things. So I got bump stops on both sides, so let's close this hood and see how the gap looks. Oh yeah, just right. Okay, so that's good. And now we'll go ahead and mount this top part of this while we're messing with latches and see how that works. Alright, so we got these latches on. There's that one and that one. And the gaps are nice once the got that little rubber piece in there. Also got this hood latch here hooked in. That fit. So now we're going to jump down on the bumper. I've got it sitting there on the stool. I'm going to wire those lights in, and I'm going to test those and make sure we got lights. So when he turns on his fog light button, hopefully the lights on this bumper will come on. I'm going to solder that stuff in so it's got a good connection, and we'll use bullet connectors so that if he does take his bumper off, he can unhook the wiring. Alright, everything is wired up on the bumper, and wires put in the little conduit there, little flexible conduit. Now I'm going to go ahead and bolt this bad boy on. That was hiding over there in the corner of the garage. I just about forgot about it. So that goes right here, like that. And then we'll mount the bumper and then start working on the inner fender liners for the front. Alright, there it is, guys. It's pretty beefy. I like it. So next we will figure out what's going on with those inner fender liners. Try to get all that done in there. Alright, so here is the box with the inner fender liners, also from Rough Country. The back ones ended up nice and fit well. They were kind of a pain to get all the screws lined up, but they look good when we're done. So let's see what this involved in putting these together. Here's the different parts. Not even sure if I have right or left here. They're all in the box, so read these instructions and figure it out. Alright, so what I figured out here is that this little piece right here goes up inside here. It took me forever to figure out where that went because these instructions are not good. Okay, so that goes like that. Well, they use the same holes as the fender flare that we're getting ready to put on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that flare on and get with these other holes, and then when we use put the bolts in on these bottom ones, we can just use it into these quick nuts on the back side of that. So let's get the flare on real quick, and then we'll do the liner on this one. Well, there it is. Man, that took a long time. So many little screws, and you got to do everything with an Allen wrench, which takes forever. This right here is a little hole that they give you a little LED light you can hook into your side for your side markers. A little bitty, like a nickel-sized light, but one of them was broke in the package, and the other one's all right, but I don't know, they just kind of look weird. I don't know if we're always going to use them or not, but anyway, I'm not putting them in right now. So that looks like that is it for this side. Hopefully the next side will be half as long.
Through the magic of the modern motion picture camera, what actually may have taken hours can appear to have taken mere seconds. For example, the completed passenger side fender is shown in its final state after many painful cuts and abrasions suffered by the installer. Toil on, shade tree mechanic, toil on.
Alright, so now that we've got both fenders on, I would really like to put this grill on, but can't do that because I'm waiting on this round piece. Did I tell you that? Paul found the little bracket that holds that light on, where you don't have to replace that whole light. You can just replace that bracket that goes around it. I didn't know that. It's a little ring. He's got it ordered. It shouldn't be here in 3 or 4 days, so I can't really, if I put that on now, then I got to take it back off, and I don't want to take a chance on scratching stuff up. So I've got to put this new outside air temperature sensor on. I think that mounts right here. And then next we're going to jump over to the step. Paul's got a little step ordered, and then we'll put the rock sliders back on and get the cowl and wipers put back on. Still got to do the antenna on this other side. I might jump on that stuff first. That's kind of some fast stuff. Let's do it. Go ahead and do the cowl, antenna, and these pieces right here. go, it's starting to come together. Get all the cowl, wipers, all that back on, antenna over on this other side. So I think I'm gonna call it a night tonight, and then tomorrow we will jump on these steps and rock sliders and move to the back. Alright, so here's what's going on with Paul's headlight. The ring that we ordered is these will only work for a non-LED light. And so his are LED, so that did not work, so we ended up having to order another headlight. So we can't put the front grille on until that comes in. So we're on pause up here. Update on the dash. The problem that we talked about with the VIN being on this VIN now is Beth's VIN on Paul's Jeep and vice versa. I talked to Mike, Bodyman Mike, and he tried to do the same thing as far as I don't know if I explained it to you guys or not. The Highway Patrol said if I had both Jeeps there at the same time, we could do a VIN replacement, and they would get rid of the VIN tag up here, take it off on both Jeeps, make me new numbers for both Jeeps, and then give me new VIN tags, and the VIN tags are riveted on the door. Mike said that he tried that and he's been waiting 6 months and he still does not have the new VIN tag for his vehicle. So talked to Paul and Beth about that, and they said no way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in here, take this whole dash off again, take this lower piece, which is the bottom structural part, everything has to come off of that first. Take the one out of Paul's Jeep, paint it black, put it back in Beth's Jeep. Take the one out of Beth's Jeep, which is originally Paul's, paint it the tan color, and put it back in here, and then that way we still have the right VINs and the right Jeeps. And Mike says that the paint is easy, and there's only 3 interior color options on these Jeeps: black, red, and saddle. And so it should be a good match, but we'll do some test panels before we tackle that. But that's going to be after we go ahead and finish all the outside stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this step and rock slider installed. That is not the factory rock slider. That is the one actually that Beth ordered that set for her Jeep. But when we got it in, it matches Paul's perfectly. I mean, it's the same textured black stuff as the flares and the bumper and all that. So Paul and Beth did a little trade, and she's going to use the stock ones on hers, and he's going to use these heavy ones on his. And also goes with the step. So I've done a few of those before. They're kind of a pain to get lined up right. What you have to do is put your rock slider on first, which mounts in these 2 holes here and these holes here. And your step is actually supposed to be, the center of it is supposed to be in the center of it lined up with the front of the seat. And when you do that, you can see that that is in the way of the hole for that rock slider, so you got to move it up just enough so that when that rock slider is on, it doesn't mess with the mounting brackets up underneath on that. So you can't tell that it's too far forward or anything. It's about right, but you just got to measure all that before you start, because I did it on another Jeep one time and I had to readjust that after I got it finished. So let's get started. Alright, so the step is on, and that's the hardest part by far, this side. Any of the side stuff. There's how the brackets go. So now all we got to do is put that rock slider on, and it's just real fast once you find all the hardware. And put that on, we'll be done with this side. Alright, so there we have it. Got this side down, the step and the rock slider. Heavy duty looking thing. And there's Ben, who was not helping me a while ago. Yeah, you should feel ashamed. Okay, so next we get to go back on the back. Oh, and I went and stuck that license plate bracket on a while ago. So the only thing we've got left is the back bumper. And there it is, still wrapped up. I haven't even unwrapped it yet to see exactly what it looks like. So we need to do that, and then we are done until we get that headlight back in. Alright, let's unwrap this thing and see what it looks like. Some heavy duty zip ties. That's funny. It's got the hitch. Got the bumper hitch on it, which we did. Alright, so what we decided to do on the bumper, Paul came over and we looked at it. We went ahead and took the hitch back off that I just put on there. Since this one is made on here, we're going to go ahead and use that. And it is definitely solid, so it's just like a big giant piece of steel going across the whole thing. So we'll use that on the bumper. We didn't like the fact that it's got big bright LED lights going out the back. We don't really know what. Okay, so change of plans on this back bumper. Paul had the good idea of going ahead and leaving these lights in there, and we're going to wire them into the reverse lights. So when he puts it in reverse, these big LED lights are going to shoot out the back, so if he wants to hook up to a trailer or anything like that, he can really be able to see good. So we'll have to figure out how to do that. So let's get that other light put back in and start doing some wiring.
A few moments later.
Alright, so I've got that light reinstalled and I've got the back light taken back off. So here we have it. So the reverse light, of course, is the white bottom piece. So if we look around, that bulb is fed by that greenish and black wire. So those are the two wires we need to tap into for this left light. That wire ran down through the body, and there I've got it in the black conduit hanging down there. I'm gonna do the same thing to this other side and leave it hanging down there. Then we'll go ahead and mount the bumper, and then I'll do the wiring from back up underneath and then get it nice and tied up. Alright, so this is how I'm doing these connections under here. Went ahead and put, crimped butt connectors under there, and then I'm putting heat shrink tape over the top of it to make sure it's waterproof, and then I'm going to put it in this conduit. So, should be good.
2 hours later.
Alright, boys, there it is. All wired up, everything routed right, nice and clean. The bumper is slanted. You probably won't be able to tell this by just looking at it, but it's slanted back just probably 1/4 of an inch. And that's because that tire is hitting it right there. So if we need to put a spacer behind that spare tire and move it out, a 1/2 inch or something, then we can loosen these bolts in here and just pivot this thing forward down just a little bit. But if you didn't know that, you would never see that. But It works with the reverse lights, I'll show you. And you ought to be able to see to get to a trailer now, man. Alright, that's it for tonight. Here we are again for the third time. All our pile, and there's the thing I'm after. So that is Paul's VIN number plate on that. So what we will do is hopefully Mike will get his paint in a little bit after noon, and we'll get that thing painted, and in the meantime I'll get Paul's torn back apart so I can get that out of his, and we'll get them switched and put back. Another thing I need to do while I'm waiting on the paint to come in is go ahead and install decals. So I've got these decals. It's Sahara and one that says Wrangler. So we'll do some measurements and try to figure out exactly what those go on there and get them installed. Alright, so I've got this dash washed with soapy water and scuffed with a red scuff pad. That's what Mike told me to do. So hopefully it will dry before I need to paint it. Let it sit out here for a while, and it's not sunny, so it's going to take it a while to dry. And I'm jumping on that black one and do the same thing to it.
12 seconds later.
Alright, so they're both scuffed up, washed up, and drying now. So I might get some compressed air and go ahead and blow off whatever water I can get off so that it'll dry faster.
20 minutes later.
Alright, so I've got the Jeep covered, and I've got this panel and this dash prepped, ready. I've got it scuffed, dry, clean. I'm going to wax and grease remove it one time and then tack cloth it, and then I'm going to spray it. Here it is, and it's still a little wet, so it's still a little shinier than it's going to be when it dries, but you can tell it's not a real shiny shine, which is what we want. We want a kind of a satin finish. So we'll do the little parts that snap in there next, and then make sure everything matches exactly, and then we'll let it probably dry 24 hours or so before we put it back in the Jeep. Okay, so I went ahead and shot these pieces that are, I only got one coat on there, so I got 2 more coats to do, but those are all the inserts that go in the dash. I just want to make sure we have an exact match with everything. So we'll get that finished, and that'll be it. Well, this is the night, boys. I think we should get it all back together. Paul's Jeep, I'm hoping, should be done tonight. So first thing we got to do is get the interior back in, put stuff together like the glove box handle, and then start getting it all installed. And then we got the headlight in, so we got to put that in. And then before we put the grill on, we need to take that up to the upstairs garage door where we can shine a light on it when it gets dark, so we can adjust the headlights before we put the grill on, and we'll end up having to take it back off later. So got a lot to do, so let's jump on it.
A few moments later.
Alright, so here we are once again, all back together. So that should be it on the interior. And now we will jump back over here, install that headlight, and try to go upstairs and get it adjusted, and then we'll put the grill on.
12 seconds later.
Okay, so we've got the headlight in and the grill on. I forgot to hit play on the camera putting the grill on. Last step. Now I'm not taking it back off, sorry guys. All I have to do is put a little piece of this little rubber gasket thing that goes on the top. But it looks pretty sweet. Looks mean, man. Here we are, guys. All back together. I just remember I have one more thing to put in. This little handles that Paul ordered. There's little hand grabs that help you get up in the thing. But other than that, and we're also talking about cutting these tabs off right here, since he doesn't really have anything he wants to put up there. But we'll check that out, see. And we got a few little gap adjustments to do, but other than that, everything works and it's all back together. So that's it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We got a lot done this time, and we just had a whole lot of different small things to do with this thing to get it finished, and it's 99% there. It's really going to be a game changer when it gets the new tires on, and so we've only got really one episode left to do on this. This is really it. The last one will be our finale, which we'll do a price reveal and show it when it's complete with the tires, and do some driving off-road stuff with it just so you can see how it does. But we just really appreciate you guys watching and tuning in to all this whole build, and giving us thumbs up and subscribing, and we just appreciate you guys always keeping track of us. See you on the next episode.
And always remember, don't retire it if you can rebuild it. See you guys next week. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and watching this week's episode of Rebuild It. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any awesome content. Have a good one.